Hello, this is Stephen Horning, Market Development Representative for Bayer Crop Science in eastern Colorado and northwest Kansas. I'm here today to talk a little bit about some of our research efforts that we have around corn product response to high pH soils. We can break down high pH soils into two subcategories. The first are those that are driven by high sodium or salt levels, typically found around rivers or anywhere else with a shallow water table. The second, which is of concern of this research, are those that are made up of high excess calcium or excess lime in the soil parent material. Due to the high concentrations of excess lime and calcium in the soil parent material, areas of fields that exhibit high pH are typically those that have had the topsoil eroded either by wind or water erosion, or where the field has been land leveled for flood irrigation. Corn can have a wide variety of responses to high pH soils, from those that are very susceptible to those that are tolerant. Those products that are very susceptible to high pH soils will show intervenal chlorosis, reduced plant growth, and nutrient uptake. We have two main research projects in the region around high pH soils. The first is measuring the genetic tolerance of new corn products to high pH soils, measuring the visual as well as yield impact, if any. The second research project we have is to determine how corn products respond to high pH soils when sprayed with an HPPD or Class 27 herbicide. Some corn products will exhibit increased crop injury when sprayed with an HPPD inhibitor on high pH soils due to the reduced metabolism of that herbicide by the stressed corn plant. Therefore, it's important not only to pick out the right product that is genetically tolerant on high pH soils, but those that can handle an HPPD inhibitor as well for a robust multiple mode of action weed control program. This photo demonstrates how we visually rate corn products for high pH soils. To the right, you can see a corn product that we have rated as a 2 or highly recommended. It has overall good plant health and growth and a dark green healthy color, while the photo on the left shows a corn product that we have rated as an 8, which has stunted plant growth and yellowing color. Year over year, we test about 80 pre-commercial and experimental corn hybrids across 4 testing locations in western Kansas and eastern Colorado. These corn products range in relative maturity from 100 to 115 day, with about 20 products each in the 100, 105, 110, and 115 RM group. Now let's discuss a little bit about how we analyze the results from our corn high pH testing. This table shows 10 randomly selected products of the 80 that we tested this year. The second column shows the yield average of those plots on the high pH soils with a pH value ranging from 8.1 to 8.4. The third column is the yield average on the neutral pH soils with a pH of 7.3 to 7.6. The fourth column is a yield difference between the high pH and the low pH blocks, while the last two columns are the visual ratings of those corn products on high pH soils at the V8 and VT vegetative growth stages. This data table shows the variety of responses corn products can have to high pH soils, varying from a yield response to the visual response as well. The yield response ranges as low as 10 bushels to 61.1 bushels to the acre, while the visual response ranges from a 2.8 at the best to a 5.5 at the low end. To help break down the previous data table, we can classify corn product response to high pH soils into 4 main categories. The first being minor to no yield difference with minor to no visual response, to those with minor to moderate yield differences and a moderate visual response, to those with a moderate to significant yield difference with a moderate visual response, to those with a significant to severe yield difference and a significant visual response when placed on high pH soils. With this testing, we are able to classify corn product response to high pH soils in one of these 4 categories, which ultimately leads to better product placement and positioning on your acre to maximize your potential production. Last component of our high pH testing that I would like to discuss is the corn product response to certain HPPD inhibitors or Class 27 herbicides on high pH soils. Much like our other trial determining the corn product yield response to high pH soils, this spray trial was conducted on 2 pH blocks, the first being a high pH block with a pH value of 8.1 to 8.4 and a neutral pH block of a 7.3 to 7.6. The neutral pH block data is not shown as no crop injury was observed. This table shows the varying crop injury response that certain corn products can have when sprayed with commercially available HPPD inhibitors when sprayed on high pH soils. The common names and active ingredients are listed above. These plots were sprayed at the V2 growth stage and rated for crop injury response 3 days after treatment and compared to an unsprayed check. Crop injury was broken down into 3 categories: green being less than 10% crop injury, yellow ranging from 11 to 20% crop injury, and those in red which exhibited greater than 20% crop injury. By conducting these 2 trials, we are able to make better product recommendations for every acre of your farm, along with the right herbicide program to go with them on high pH soils. These trial results are made available at the end of every year. Please contact your local Bayer Crop Science representative or local seed dealer for more information.